Hey y'all, welcome to Pure South Pastures Farm. Today we're out here in the pasture with the cattle. We're gonna go over here and look at them for just a little while, then we'll go back and check out the chicks. It's been about a week, I think, since I've shared anything about the meat birds with you. So we'll go check them out in the brooder. Later this week they'll go on pasture, so we'll check them out in the brooder today, and we'll talk about some forage and some stuff that's happening here on the farm, some exciting stuff. So hang out with us today. Let's go check out the cows. I just love watching them on green grass. They've been in this paddock. It's about a 3-acre paddock. They've been in here since this morning. Y'all excuse the wind if it gets bad. I'm sorry. It's going to blow up a storm here in a little bit. So look at him. She's had a crappy day. He's coming for head rubbing. What are you coming over here for? You can see he's slicking off. See on his back how. Hey, he's gentle, but you still just don't trust him. You still treat him like a bull. That's what he is. So anyway, his back is slicking off. See, he's lost his thick coat there. He's wanting me to rub him where I can get some more of that off. But anyway, he's looking good on grass. Boy's got a big old rear end. He walks like a bull. He'll put on weight here in the next few weeks. He's we're really glad to have him. He's a good animal. But they're just moving through this 3-acre paddock, 2.5-acre paddock, and they're, as you can see, there's a lot of buttercup. I've told you about that before, but they're picking through it. I gave them 3 acres, it's larger than we would give them later in the year, but I gave them 3 acres because I just want them taking the tips right now. I'm trying to let stuff grow, get some length on it, so it can continue to grow later in the year. I don't want to set us back. I've talked enough about that. I'm not going to beat that drum anymore, but 2 little bull calves right here. These are both half South Pole bull calves. Do have a heifer that's about to calve. This girl right here. You can see how springy she is. Her bag's full. She's gonna walk away from me instead of allowing me to really get some good footage of her. But anyway, her rear end is just really swollen, and her bag is filling up. But she's a heifer, never had a calf. So I would say in the next couple of days she's gonna have one. I'll keep you updated on that. When she has that calf, we'll do some footage of that. This is a little bull calf. Really like him. I love the color on his face and his rear end. There's something calming about listening to cows eat. I love it. This is probably the biggest frame cow we have. She's a really good cow, but she's a little larger than I would want normally. But we'll take her. She gives us some awesome babies every year. Anyway. So let me talk to you a little bit about what's going on out here in the pasture. Something I'm really excited about. So I had a guy comment the other day, and it's just part of when you put videos on YouTube, everybody's gonna, you have people that they know everything and they're gonna tell you everything that they know, and which I don't mind. It's part of just being out there. But anyway, this guy said something about why do you feed hay in the winter? You're supposed to graze, all winter long. Hay is only for emergencies. And I was like, bro, you don't you don't know our context. This is a farm where we have not had any cool season grasses at all. And so all we've had is Bahia and Bermuda and a bunch of weeds. And so Bahia and Bermuda grows really well here, but been trying to work on cool season forages. So anyway, I just thought it was funny, you know, people just, I don't know, they don't take into consideration that their situation isn't everybody's situation. And so your context is different than my context, so your situation is going to be completely different. You're going to graze differently, and you're going to do what you need to do in your situation, as well as us doing what we do in ours. So that's just kind of how it goes. But anyway, the thing that I'm excited about is we have not had this fescue, and it is, I mean, just coming up everywhere out here. It's just really taking off down in this bottom. So I'm fired up about that. There's a lot of fescue. There's a lot of clover down here, and the cows, probably because it's a tougher grass, the cows aren't really going to it first, and that's okay because I'm just fine with this round going to seed, allowing seed heads to come, and they have nipped it off a little bit right here, but I'm okay with some seed heads in this round because I'm just wanting this to continue to propagate out here in this pasture, so that this fall there's something to graze later, like the gentleman was talking about when he sent me a message the other day on my videos. Yes, if I had my way, we would have fescue, and I would only feed hay in an emergency. But when you don't have cool season grasses, then you just can't do that. So we are in the process of growing some cool season grasses for the first time since we've been on this farm. So I'm super fired up about that, as well as a lot of legumes, white clover growing down here, a lot of hairy vetch. The cows are, I mean, I've been watching them, they're consuming that stuff. They find a pile of vetch and they just go after it. So love this. And this stuff is, there are parts of it that are putting on seed heads, the fescue. So yeah, thankful for that. Anyway, as I was just walking through the pastures, you can see where they've just decimated the clover. This morning I took a picture of my foot in clover, and it was like up to right there. But they've been down here in this bottom just wearing the clover out. You can see it right there. I found patches of it that are just, there's some fescue they just nipped off. There's some. They like it. They took the tops off of that grass right there, the fescue. So anyway, this is something I'm super excited about. Now let me just say this. There's a lady that commented, and she asked one question about the length of grass, and we talked about that in our last video, and then she talked about how good the pastures look. And man, look at that. He just really wore that out. I was in some of the best forage that we had, and so I didn't want to pretend or put on like that's what all of our pastures look like, because they don't. So I'm going to walk over here, and I'm so sorry about the wind. I know it's probably rocking, but this area over here is just poor pasture. I've talked about it quite a bit. You can see how sparse this right here is, but this isn't the worst of it. Up here, it's just in bad shape, and I don't know what we're going to do about it. I've thought about maybe planting some cover crops this summer to try to amend the soil. I'm just not in my mindset doesn't go to just spending a lot of money to try to fix something. I think there's a way to do it and not just spend a ton of money, just finding out what it is. So this area is, you can see the Wattensaw bio is right back there, and then there's a lot of great clover right in here, but this is after this, it's gonna get pretty bad. Cows were in here 2 days ago, and this, my friends, is terrible. It's been underwater this spring. When the bio got up, you can see it's just weeds. That's all it is. Very, very, very little grass. This is a place we fed hay a couple years ago. If you ever wonder about bale grazing, I know a couple people commented about that too. That's what bale grazing does. You can see the ring there. I don't recommend it. That's why we roll out. Here's another place. I was out of town, so I set it up where my dad was helping me, and I just said, hey, just let them into that area and bale graze it. Just put them in that spot with a bale there, and this is what you get. Just a thick thatch. They create a big muddy spot, and it doesn't grow anything for a few years. So that, my friends, is why I'm not a huge proponent of bale grazing when we can do something different. So when we have the opportunity to, we roll it out. But this is just, it's like a sedge grass, some sedge, and weeds. And it's pretty sad. This is the bio. It comes out of right there and flows over there, but this is kind of a pond that's been opened up, and the bio feeds it. Great fishing. You can catch catfish and bass and crappie. Shoot, I like to bow fish, so we shoot carp in there as well. Hot summertime. I'm going to take you to a spot back here, and I'm going to show you why we roll out hay, the benefits of rolling out hay, and just an area where it's pretty poor, but we rolled out hay, and you can see the after effects of it. Here's the pigs. They're doing good. We got a month of freezer camp. Actually, a little less than that. All right, check this out. This is an area on the new farm where it's just, to say the least, it's just not good. It really, well, I won't say it's not good. It's not good for this time of year. In the summertime, when Bermudan Bahia is really growing, I think it's going to take off. But until we start getting some 90-degree days and that summer heat, it's just pretty poor. But this is cool. So this fall and winter, we were rolling out hay over here, and it's so definite where we rolled out hay, because we've got the rye grass seed planted through the rolling out of hay and the trampling it in. And people say, you're wasting it, don't roll it out. I say we're not wasting it. Here's why. Check this out. This is what it looks like where we didn't roll out. Just pretty poor. But look where we did. You can see we rolled out a bale there. We rolled out a bale here. See that? You can see where cows trampled it in, where there was manure. And you can see all on this hillside over here. We rolled out several bales right in a row right there. I mean, some of that is, there's clumps that are 12, 16, 18 inches tall, ryegrass. And I mean, it's so apparent, the green where we rolled out hay. Same thing over here. You can see right here, it's just pretty poor. We rolled out a bale right here. You can see the effects of it. And I know it's just spots right now, but you do that a couple of winters in a row, and man, we're gonna change this soil and plant some other grasses through, not by seeding it, but by rolling out hay. Check this out right here. See, this is where we didn't roll out hay, right in here. And here's where we did, right over here. I mean, look at this. This stuff is, look at that. Watch this. See that? I mean, stuff's tall. Here's my foot. Stuff is up to my knee almost. So, and all that just comes from rolling out a bale of hay right here. We rolled a bale of hay right down this hill. Actually, about 3 bales. You can see a line right there. There's a line right here. There's another line right here. We rolled them out. That's pretty incredible results, just from one time rolling out. I mean, look at this right here. Is this not awesome? Cows are gonna, man, they're gonna dance into that, I'm telling you. And it's not, I mean, it's not a whole field full. I get it. But right back over there on the south facing slope over there on the backside of that hill, it's covered in green where we rolled out bales over there. The backside of this hill right here, going down into that low, into that draw, is covered up with green too, where we rolled it out. So it's not the whole field. The top has quite a few bare spots on it, but we'll be able to put cows in here, give them a large area where they don't just like decimate it, and let them take the tips of it off, and hopefully we get another shot of it before it gets too hot and kills the stuff out. And the warm season grasses come on. So yeah, super excited about that. That's why we roll out hay, because we're not only trying to feed our animals, we're also trying to build the soil at the same time. And the places where we've put bales, it has the opposite effect. It seems like they just create a big muddy spot, and there's so much hay thatch there that it's not a benefit, but it's a detriment. So you can see right over there, I got a beaver problem. I know how to take care of him though. Just got to get, those are gum trees. If those are oak trees, I've been really sad. But I don't want to lose those either. But much rather it be a gum tree than an oak tree. So anyway, we're gonna go back up here to the birds. I'll show you chickens in the brooder. They're about a week old now, so you can check them out. Whew. We had a blowout right there. That's crazy. Anyway, he's really cool. My son Scout calls him Henderson because he's fast, from the Henderson racing team. He's awesome. All right, I'll show you the chicks. I hear them in there in the brooder. Got it locked up. Hey, birds. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? Yep. They're doing pretty good. They're getting big. It's crazy how fast they grow. We've gone to bigger drinkers now. Hey, by the way, had some folks talk about marbles in your larger drinkers when they're small to keep them from getting in the larger lip. Right here in that lip, you can put rocks or marbles. Great idea. I'd heard that before and forgot about it this year. So next time, we're not going to use these small drinkers. We're going to use these, and we're going to put rocks or marbles in there so that the chicks can't get in there. So if you watched our other chicken video, then you saw that and somebody commented about that. Thank you for that great input. That's what I love about YouTube, man. Wonderful community of learning together. And as we learn to farm and you're learning to farm, you have ideas, share them with me. I love that. Love it. Check them out. Ooh, they fired up now. They're getting fired up. Love it.